Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Iman Izzat bin Izzahan. Bersama-sama dengan saya iaitu Muhammad Luqman Hakim dan Muhammad Hafiz Ikram. Hari ini kami akan membentangkan sebuah tajuk daripada bidang Civil Engineering Material iaitu timber. What is timber? Timber is wood or firewood of growing trees. Any wood capable of yielding a minimum dimensional size can be termed as a timber. It is a stage in the process of wood production. Timber are used for the structural purpose. Next, timber is one of the most popular material in light construction because of simplicity in fabrication, lightness, reusability, insulation from heat, sound and electricity, and more. Firstly, there are many characteristics of local timber such as density, moisture content, durability, shrinkage, and tendency to rot. Density. Timber having higher density of a thicker wall. An important property that quality of timber. Present of defects, there may be some of the natural and interfacial defect in timber such as cross grain, knot and shades. All of them cause a decrease in the strength of the timber. Second, moisture content. Timber are hygroscopic and gain water from nature. The absorption of water or the hydration depends on atmospheric humidity. If timber moisture content is the high, that means the timber quality is low. Water content is the risk of fungal attack. Durability is refer the natural resistance of the wood to fungal decay and termites. Timber are kept the truly dry and protected from attack by termite. Durability is expressed by one of five classes based upon the average life of a 50 mm by 50 mm section of hardwood in ground content. Shrinkage. All structure made from green timber, the possible effect of shrinkage should be recognized, particularly as attention being paid to joints. The amount of shrinkage is proportional to the amount of water removed. Shrinkage is not equal in all directions. The greatest shrinkage is in the direction of the annual rinse, while the least is along the length of the board. Tendency to wrap. Type of wrap are crude, bow, cup, and twist. Wrapping depends on the way in which the piece is cut from the log. The smaller the size, the greater the tendency to wrap. The defect presents the magnitude of internal stress in the tree from which the timber is cut. In general, straight grain timber with a low shrinkage wrap least, whereas characteristically cross grain timber, although remaining straight in large size, wrap badly in small size. Lastly, strength is the resistance against failure. A good timber should not fail easily and it should be strong enough to take loads acting on it. The strength of timber varies depending on the direction it is loaded. Strength is considered as an important property while designing structural wood members such as wooden beams, and other than that. Next, we learn about classified timber based on density, strength, and type of timber. Strength. Strength, best quality timber have the highest strength. Strength means capable to bear loads. Material like timber has different structure as the different portion. So the strength of timber is different at different point. Grain structure determine the strength of timber. Next, density. Density, timber have higher density, have thicker wall. Uh, an important property than quality of timber. Most content present of defects, there may be some of the natural and artificial defects in the timber, such as cross again, knot and shades. All of them decrease the strength of timber. Type of timber. Hardwood and softwood. Hardwood has three types, such as heavy hardwood, medium hardwood, light hardwood. Heavy hardwood. Density below 1120 kg per meter and the timbers are naturally durable. For example, Keranji tree, Cengkeh tree, and Merbau tree. Median hardwood. Density 720 to 800 kg per meter but lack sufficient natural durability. For example, Kapu tree, Kerun tree, and Mapau tree. Lastly, light hardwood. Density 400 to 720 kg per meter are not naturally durable in exposed condition. For example, durian tree, petai tree, and meranti tree. Lastly, softwood. Podo, Melayu kauri, damar, minyak.
Now it's my turn to present. First thing, we have the difference between procedure of natural drying method and Tanner method. Natural drying method. In this method of seasoning timber, the sawn timber is stacked in a dry place about 30 cm above the floor level, with longitudinal and cross pieces arranged one upon another, leaving a space of a few cms between for free circulation of air. Why is this happening? It is to protect the stacks of wood from direct sunlight. Either a pitch roof covering is used or stacks are kept in shade. Next, we got Tanner method. Timber is seasoned under controlled temperature and humidity conditions with proper air circulation and ventilation system. The required humidity level is maintained to avoid warping and cracking. The drying of timber at uniform rate is well maintained by circulating air. The ventilation is provided to avoid overheating and excessive humidity. Next, we will go through defects in timber. Firstly, in our list, we have nature factors. First, we have frost shake. This is where the wood splits inward towards the center and is caused by a very cold weather, as you can see on the first graphics that is shown there. Next, we have radial shake, a split along the outside of the wood caused by rapid drying or shrinkage of the log before conversion. As you can see, the next graphic there. Next, we have cross thunder shake, where the wood splits across the grain, caused by severe shock during felling or by lightning attack on tree while living. Next, we have hard and star shake, that is, deep white cracks which radiate out from the center of the log, caused by shrinkage through old age or by rapid drying after felling. As you can see on the first graphic there, the hard shake. The hard shake occurs inside the log, inside of center of the log. The star shake occurs outside of the log, as you can see on the graphics there. Next, we have knots. Knots is caused when the branches of a tree are cut off or stop growing. There are more knots in softwood as the branches are low to the ground. The grain of the timber around the knots is twisted, which reduces its strength. Now, how do knots occur? First, the branches are cut off or cease growing from the tree that is twisted. The stump that is left behind is overgrown by new growth rings, and these knots are formed there on the new growth rings. Cup and ring shapes. Gaps between growth rings are known as cup or ring shapes. They can be very deep and caused by old age. As you can see on the first graphic there, cup shapes is a sparse gap between the rings of a log. Next, the ring shape. The ring shape between the growth rings, there are one or two gaps. Gaps covered all the rings. Covered one ring, and that is called ring shape. Next, we move to external factors. External factors are another factors in the defects of timber. The first external factor is twisting. When the ends of the boards are twisted in opposite direction like this. The log is twisted opposite direction. This twisting is caused by shrinkage along the spiral or interlocking grain. Next, we have the springing. When the face of the board remains flat and the edge curve bends inward to form a curve, caused by also shrinkage longitudinally along the irregular grain. Cupping. When you look at the end of the board, it appears as a curve, caused by unequal amounts of shrinkage along the growth rings. Next, we also have bowing. When you look at the edge of the wood, it appears curved. It is caused by poor stacking. Moving on to procedure in preserving timber treatment. First thing first, we have waterborne preservatives made from mixture of toxic salts, that is copper and zinc, and also water. When applied to wood, water evaporates, leaving the toxic salts to act as preservatives. This kind of preservatives usually pressure impregnate. Also, chemical protection is given, and this kind of preservatives usually used in structural timber and furniture. Second, we have boric acid or borax. The boric acid or borax give immunity to veneer and sawn timber against weathering. The greatest advantage of boric acid are the cleanliness in use, permanence in dry timber, and freedom from any known danger to health. Third, we have coal tar creosote. Coal tar is heated and obtained liquid hot tar is applied on timber surface using brush. Coal tar contains unpleasant smell and does not allow paint on it. So it is used for door frames, window frames, and so other more. It is very cheap and has good fire resistance. Finally, we have tar oil. Hot coal tar is applied to timber with brush. The coating of tar protects the timber from attack of fungi and insects. It is the cheapest way of protecting timber. The main disadvantage of this method of preservation is that the appearance of something that we build is not good. After the tar is applied, it is not possible to apply other attractive paints, so that for example, we build furniture or decorations. This kind of preservation is not good for it. Hence, Tearing is made only for unimportant structures like fence poles.
Hello, I'm Muhammad Hafiz Ikram. I'm will be continue for our question. The next question is method in the question C is method in treating timber. First method is brushing and spraying. Brushing is brushing the simple method of apply preservative. For well seasoned timber oil type preservative are applied with good quality brush. Second point, for better result, the applied preservative should in the hot condition. Multiple coats should be applied and certain time interval should be maintained between successive course. The, the, the last point is spraying is effective technique than brushing. In this case, preservative solution is sprayed on the surface using spray gun. This is time saving and quite effective. Next, delegging. Next method is delegging. This is treatment for swamp timber. Organic solvent preservative is flooded over the wood surface while the timber is passing slowly through a short tunnel. Next method is pressure application. The wood is placed into the airtight steel cylinder and immersed in the preservative. Increasing pressure driving the chemical into the wood. There are full cell and empty cell process. Next method is dipping and stepping method. Timber is dipping directly in the preservative solution. The solution penetrates the timber better than the case of brushing and spraying. The stepping or wetting of timber with preservative solution is allowed for a few days or weeks, which is also quite effective process. The next method is open tank application. This timber is placed in an open tank which contains preservative solution. The solution is then heated for few hours at the 85 to 95 degrees Celsius. The solution is allowed to cool and timber gets submerged with this gradual cooling. This type of treatment is generally done for sapwood. Answer for question 7 is compare base panel product. First product is plywood. The grain of Ethernet layer is crossed in general at the night angle. Most plywood is all vinyl. Lumbercore plywood is product only in small quantities. Second product is glue laminate timber. The grain of Ethernet layer is parallel. The main product evolved carrying members such as beam and arches. Next product is fiberboard. Fiberboard, which is typically medium density. Fiberboard is composed of the soft wood that have been broken down into individual fiber. Preferred by manufacturing is high-end furniture, cabinetry, and shelving. The last product is particle board. Particle board consists of small, irregular mud pieces, shaving, and dust. Commonly used in lower-end furniture, floor, underlayment, and as a substrate for kitchen and bedroom countertop. And the last question is finish and liquid solvent of timber. First type is wet. appearance, correct shine, protection, short term, durability, need frequent replication. Next type is shellac. Some appearance, some yellow or orange tints. Protection, fair against wet water. Durability, durable. Next type is nitrocellulose liquor. Appearance, transparent, gloss. Protection, decent protection. Durability, soft and somewhat durable. Next type is convention varnish. Appearance, transparent, good gloss. Protection, excellent protection against many substances. Durability, hard and durable. Next type is listen oil. Appearance, yellow, warm glow. Protection, very little. Durability, fairly durable. And the last type is tongue oil. Appearance, warm glow, pop grains. Protection, very little. Durability, very durability. That's all from us. Thank you.